All right, so week 3, man. What a crazy week.
This is a shit week, dude. It is a shit week for a lot of my teams. Oh, my God.
I mean, just crazy upsets all around the league, man.
Oh, my God.
Now, let's talk about the fantasy aspect of week
let's do
3, okay?
Let's do.
We're going to start off with our week 3 studs, okay? Yeah. And we're going to go with quarterbacks first, okay?
All right, let's go quarterbacks.
Now, no surprise here. Tom Brady, number 1 quarterback, 378 yards, 5 TDs. Woo!
Wow.
Russell Wilson.
That was a surprise for me.
4 touchdowns, 373 yards against the Titans.
Now, is this going to be what the old Russell Wilson we're seeing here? Or is he going to go back to what he's been doing the past couple weeks?
I honestly did not think that he was going to be that good against Tennessee's defense on the road.
Yeah, I was a little shocked about it. But hey, shout out Russell Wilson. Maybe he's back. Maybe.
All right, how about these next guys, okay? Next set of guys. Case Keenum, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum? Oh, the Vikings put a whooping on those Bucks.
Woo!
Wow.
Stephon Diggs. He finally got Stephon Diggs going,
yes.
or unlike he did in week 2.
God.
But against Tampa Bay's defense.
That defense, Bucks need to get something going. They had a lot of injuries, so we'll see. Oh, this is another surprise for me.
Go ahead.
Jacoby Brissett? Jacoby Brissett? 259
yards, 1 touchdown, 5 rushing attempts.
Yes.
14 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He murdered. He's a playmaker, man. And everybody was like, okay, maybe he was just good in the New England system. He's just a system guy. But no, this guy's proving that he's not going to put up godly numbers, but he's going to put up numbers. He's going to score touchdowns with his feet. And, man, did you see that spin he did?
Yeah.
Against the Browns. We both picked the Browns to win. And we looked stupid. And Browns almost came back, but still, Jacoby Brissett had himself a day.
You know what? He did decent against Arizona.
Yeah.
He fucking did phenomenal against Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he just has to get the ball rolling for what, another 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, another guy, Blake Bortles, going up against Ravens defense, which had been great up until this point.
Yeah.
In London, and Blake Bortles throws 244 yards for
4 touchdowns.
4 TDs.
TDs.
I mean, Marquise Lee, man, he fucking fed him a lot.
And Allen Hurns got him. No, it was Allen Hurns that got the touchdown, and 3 to Mercedes Lewis.
3 to Mercedes Lewis.
So this is the Blake Bortles. If Blake Bortles does this every week, he didn't have a lot of passing yards, but he converted red zone trips into touchdowns, and that's what you need to do. And when you have a good defense, put up touchdowns and make the other team either not score or kick field goals, and that's what he did today. Let's hope that this is consistent Bortles.
Hey, man. Kudos to Blake Bortles, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that defense you guys got over there in Jacksonville, Blake Bortles, he just has to not fuck it up. But, hey, if he goes a little bit beyond that and just not fuck it up and turn over the ball, and he could play really good like this against Baltimore, Jacksonville's scary,
they can win.
Dude.
They can beat any team.
They could. Now, Kirk Cousins, finally, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns against the Raiders.
Wow, I was a little shocked about this game. I was.
Sunday Night Football.
But I was expecting Kirk Cousins to go off either way, and he did. He did not disappoint.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
All right, so he finally starts going off, right?
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, none of those 3 touchdowns went to Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor is, like, almost non-existent in this offense.
What is it? Now, is it to a point that we blame Terrell Pryor, or is it what's going on?
You know what? At first, I was saying, Kirk Cousins. It was Kirk Cousins throwing the damn ball.
Because the first couple weeks he didn't do that great.
But after watching Sunday Night Football, I'm putting on Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this dude, his route running hasn't looked very good, and I think it's on Pryor. It's on Pryor.
It doesn't look like he's...
Kirk Cousins, this is an offense that wants to throw the ball, and Kirk Cousins does not trust Terrell Pryor.
He's not getting any separation on his routes.
Nope.
He looks lackluster out of his cuts. And you're not going to be able to be successful in the NFL playing like that.
I mean, the guy that he's getting involved more than fucking Terrell Pryor is Chris Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this dude had 6 receptions for 150 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, God. And we'll get into that. But holy shit.
All right, so, getting into running backs.
Yeah.
Our running back studs. And like I just said, Chris Thompson, he had 6 receptions for 150 yards and a touchdown to go with 8 attempts and 38 yards. So he's not the running back.
He's a PPR guy.
He's a PPR guy.
Yeah.
And if you got him in your PPR leagues...
Definitely.
Kudos to you. I know I picked him up and I tried to.
I have in the league. I didn't start him because I wasn't sure. But yes, he's a considerable flex position.
But top dog.
Yes.
Stud. Todd Gurley. Woo!
Oh,
28 attempts,
my
113 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Receiving. He had 3 touchdowns. Oh my god! I thought he should have had 4. He was
He's
so close to 4
back,
touchdowns.
baby.
He was so close. I had him in one league, but the fucked up thing is I played him in like 3 other leagues, and I was like, "Fuck! It's so bittersweet." But it was great seeing Todd Gurley back, and that was on Thursday Night Football, one of the best games of the year.
He was one of my bounce back players. Gurley's back, baby.
He's looking good.
Jordan Howard.
Ah, your boy.
My boy.
All
Let me have a bearded Jordan Howard. 23 attempts, Sean, for 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions for 26 yards.
He took it to
against
the Steelers.
Steelers.
He took it to him.
We
were
beat the
at
Steelers.
game. We were at the game. That was such a great game. Shout out Jordan Howard. I want to give him especially a shout out because he went out of the game 3 times with an injury. And each time he came back. And we were like, all right, he's got to be done.
We're just like, wow.
He's got to be done.
Wow.
He's got to be done. But no, this guy toughed it out and said, fuck it, I want to win.
Came back looking good.
For our team. And you could tell he was still kind of hurt. But he fucking powered through it.
This motherfucker's got heart, boy.
Yeah, man.
He's got heart.
Yeah.
Now, let's go on to Dalvin Cook. 27
yes.
attempts, 97 yards, a touchdown.
Yep.
With 5 receptions and 72 yards.
I like how they're getting him involved in the passing game finally. I love it. Love it. This guy can be rookie of the year right there.
This dude
Kareem
is
Hunt.
this dude is going to be a stud in both standard and PPR.
Yeah, this guy's a for sure legit starter. Number
Now,
1.
no surprise here. Number 1 running back in fantasy football and in the league, Kareem Hunt. He had 17 attempts for 172 yards and 1 touchdown. 172 yards rushing, Sean.
You know what I love about Kareem Hunt is more than anything is he's not just getting all his yardage in the beginning of the game. He actually is breaking off long runs at the end of games, which shows that he's got great endurance. He's still just as good from the start to finish. Mm-hmm. And that's very valuable when it comes to fantasy and comes to long term down the road.
Yep. Now let's go on to Carlos Hyde, man. A lot of people benched Carlos Hyde going into this week. And he had 25 attempts,
my life.
84 yards, and 2 touchdowns against the fucking Rams defense, dude. Carlos Hyde, that's a guy, you know, if he's healthy, he's capable of doing this.
He's dangerous.
He's capable of doing this.
But you know what? He did go down once in that game, and I thought he was done. It was a hip injury, and then he came back out of nowhere. They were like, "Oh, he's questionable return." All of a sudden, he showed up.
Did not. People were like, "Okay, he's done."
I was streaming for that game, and I was like, "All right, he's done, guys." But he came back and did well, and he finished the game strong.
Now, this one I'm proud about. Because last week I said Christian McCaffrey, look for him to have the best game going into week 3. This is where he breaks out, okay? Now, Christian McCaffrey, again, you probably shouldn't own him in standard leagues. Yeah. I don't own him in any of my standard leagues.
Yeah.
He's a PPR guy, okay?
Pure PPR.
Because he only rushed for 4 attempts with 16 yards.
Yep.
But receiving 9 receptions for 101 yards. And if Cam Newton get his head out his ass, this could be a lot more going forward.
Oh, yeah. And with Kelvin Benjamin, I know he hampered. I know they said he's probably going to play.
Yeah.
But still, Kelvin Benjamin has a history of injuries. And then you have Greg Olsen, who's obviously out for a while. Yeah. So this guy can easily take advantage of that.
He's going to get more involved. And if Cam Newton can just up his fucking play, this dude is not looking fucking good. Yeah. I mean, whether it's his combination of his shoulder and his fucking head, his head in the game not being there.
Dude, that's the biggest issue, man. If they're not winning, his confidence levels drops massively.
Yeah, that's the thing with Cam Newton. Yeah. I mean, going back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, when he fucking fumbled that ball.
Die for it!
And he wouldn't die for it. Why? Because he already lost in his mind.
Yeah.
Right there.
He lost it. He's like, fuck.
Yep.
So
now, going on to wide receivers, dude.
Oh, man, we
top
had
dog?
some fucking receivers. Stephon Diggs had himself a day.
8 receptions for how many yards?
173? How many touchdowns?
God damn!
He had 2 touchdowns.
Stephon Diggs. I know you're a division rival.
I don't have a beer.
But fucker, you're good. God damn.
Holy shit. Stephon Diggs had him today. And you know what? Finally, and I have him in I think 1 or 2 leagues. Finally, this guy, and I've been waiting for him to go off. Larry Fitzgerald. Finally, Larry Fitz went off. And you know what? I know it's against my Cowboys. I know. But I said that he should have a field day against the Cowboys, and this motherfucker did. Oh, God.
What did he get?
13 receptions. Oh.
For 149 yards and a touchdown.
If you had him in PPR, that's amazing.
And you know what? He is the number 1 receiver as far as being targeted in the red zone.
Right now?
Yep.
Wow.
So that's
And the
important.
funny thing is, he hasn't even been converting it. If he can start converting those looks, man, this guy is going to be good.
Let this Cardinals offense start getting rolling because it really has struggled up until week 3.
Maybe this past week gave him a little bit more confidence.
Now, finally, you want to say you're finally?
Yeah.
Because I had this dude, especially in some money leagues. Brandon Cooks!
Oh, my God.
Welcome to the New England Patriots, finally! Because you had 5 receptions for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns.
With the game winner.
Yes, against the Houston Texans.
Dude,
Brandon Cooks, thank you, finally!
Did you see that catch?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
He toe tapped it. Oh, that was a perfect fucking catch.
Do you?
Amazing.
But going forward, do you think he's finally got that connection with Tom Brady?
I have to see it 2 weeks in a row, but I think this I think really gave Tom Brady more confidence to throw him the ball, even just to throw it up. Right? I think Tom Brady's more confident now.
Now, what about Odell Beckham? 9 receptions, 79 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
This guy, though, oh my God, this guy blew up. What was the fourth quarter?
Yeah,
he just blew. The Giants' offense just went off.
Yeah,
and Odell Beckham is back. He is good. His ankle's not bothering him, and I have him in a league, and he was amazing.
Amazing. How about Sammy Watkins Thursday Night Football? 6 receptions, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Now he did get a concussion in that game towards the end. After he got that touchdown, he did get hurt. His second touchdown.
And what do we always say about Sammy? This dude's
always hurt.
This dude's always hurt. Yeah, he's always hurt, but he's got all the talent in the world.
He's
great. He's healthy. Jared Goff.
Yeah.
He's been looking very impressive this year.
I am very shocked.
I'm over here eating my words about all the shit that I was talking about Jared Goff. And you know what?
We both said he was a bust.
But then again, to be fair, he did deserve it after how he performed and how he acted last year, right?
Especially in training camp.
But this year he grew the fuck up. He's playing very good, and as long as Sammy Watkins is healthy, Jared Goff's gonna feed him, and he.
Yeah, and I haven't seen any reports that he's gonna be out. Maybe he's already cleared the concussion protocol.
Man,
but I really hope Sammy Watkins will be good.
Let him be healthy, man. T.Y. Hilton, man.
Jacoby Brissett is really helping out T.Y.'s stock right now. 7 receptions, 153 yards, and 1 fucking touchdown. T.Y., is this going to be consistent? I hope so. I really like T.Y. I don't want to see his season wasted over there. This guy was number 2 in the league in receptions last year.
Yeah, and a lot of people had him benched this week.
Oh, a lot of people, and I don't blame him. This last couple of weeks before that, he didn't do shit.
This is the kind of performance that pisses you off. Like, motherfucker, I benched you.
How pissed off would you be if you start next week and he does shit?
Exactly, and that might happen.
How can you trust it?
And that might happen. Indianapolis Colts, because they got a tough matchup next week.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas though, 7 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
Fine.
Now, last week he had 5 receptions for 89 yards. So 5 receptions for 89 yards, followed by 7 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown. So is that rapport finally coming around? That chemistry coming around between him and Drew Brees?
The big difference in this is just the touchdown, right? So a couple more receptions, but pretty much the same amount of yards. So is this what we're looking at? About 80-something yards, 90, maybe give or take 20, 30 yards?
Yeah, but this dude needs...
He needs more volume.
More. At least 7, 8 receptions.
The thing that hurts Michael Thomas, yardage-wise, is just Drew Brees feeds everybody. He passes the ball around to a lot of different players. Yep. And Willie Snead's coming back.
Yep, Willie Snead's coming back. So who knows? Next week, Willie Snead might be the guy.
Yeah,
it might be Corey Fleener.
Yeah,
it might be fucking
Coleman.
No, or
Coleman
or Kamara.
Oh, Kamara!
He could be the number 1 wide receiver next week.
Yeah, he could. So you never know with the Saints, but Michael Thomas is the receiver to have in the Saints.
How about Doug Baldwin? 10 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown.
Now he did go out of that game hurt, so we'll have to see how that progresses. Right, he had a groin injury or whatnot. But yeah, he finally went off, and it sucks because I played him in multiple leagues, and I was pissed.
All right, dude, let's go into some tight end studs. And you know what? A couple of names here. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
They make sense. Gronkowski, 8 receptions, 89 yards, a touchdown.
Zach
Ertz. Yeah. 8 receptions for 55 yards and a touchdown. But some of these other guys. God.
These are one-hit wonders. I think 1 week wonders.
Who was top dog?
Mercedes Lewis with, hold on, 4 receptions and 3 touchdowns. That means, oh my God, 75% of his receptions were for touchdowns. The Baltimore Ravens just could not stop a tight end to save their lives this past week, and he got 62 yards. So this I'm not going to fall in love with.
No.
If you
Fool's
want,
gold, guys.
Yeah, it's fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold. Do not fall in love with Mercedes Lewis. Maybe would you pick him up? I would not use a waiver on him.
No, I would not a waiver.
I would pick him up and stash.
If you're one of those guys who had Greg Olsen who went down and you're still looking for a tight end to stream or something, maybe you pick him up. Right?
If you're in desperate need for a tight end, I would be okay with using.
You're like in a 12-man league. But
I would still try to get a receiver or running back over him.
Right. Now, another guy, a couple guys who are fool's gold. I'm going to go with Ryan Griffin, the Texans tight end, who had 5 receptions for 61 yards and a touchdown.
Yep. And then also Vernon Davis, 5 receptions, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Now, Vernon Davis, only reason he had anything was because Jordan Reed was out. Guess what? Jordan Reed's not going to be out every week. So Vernon Davis.
And even if Jordan Reed was out for the rest of the year, I still wouldn't trust Vernon Davis.
I wouldn't either. I would not. He's shown inconsistencies in the past, especially with dropping passes. Yeah. So I don't trust him.
So those guys are fool's gold for us.
Yeah.
You know, and just the fact that those were our top 5 tight ends for fantasy this past week just shows you that it was a rough week for.
It was really rough.
For the tight ends.
There's a lot of names that should be in there that weren't.
Now, some top defenses real quick. Our top 3 defenses were Redskins against the Raiders, the Saints at Panthers, and Bengals at Packers. Did we tell you? Did we mention to you that it was a crazy goddamn week for week 3? Did we say that? Because I don't think it's coming clear. Those were the top 3 defenses in fantasy.
Those guys?
Redskins, Saints, and Bengals. Bengals went up against the Packers. Redskins went against the Raiders, and the Saints against the Panthers.
And we picked all 3 of those teams to lose.
Sean,
hey, the Bengals still lost, though.
That does it for week 3.
Week 3. I'm done with it. Put it in the bag.
Yeah, I didn't hit my face this time. Oh, wow. All right, let's go to week 3. It's time. It's time for our week 3 duds. All right, our quarterback duds, Sean.
Oh, God. Cam Newton with 167 yards passing. You couldn't even break 200, Cam.
0 touchdowns.
But he had 3 interceptions, but he did have a rushing touchdown. He did have 1 rushing touchdown, but 3 interceptions against the Saints? Oh, my God.
Sean, here's the thing. Cam Newton, not only is he benchable, he is now droppable. If he could not get it done against the Saints, can he get it done? Can you trust him to get it done against anyone else?
No. There's no way, dude. This team. Oh, my God. I don't know what's going on with Cam Newton. I'm disappointed.
And with Kelvin Benjamin battling an injury?
Yeah, Kelvin Benjamin out. Greg Olsen out. He doesn't really have that many weapons. Devin Funchess, Ed Dixon,
Christian
McCaffrey. Jonathan Stewart ain't doing shit. Their running game looks shitty. Their offensive line isn't looking that great. So what are you gonna do? I'm not trusting Cam Newton. He is done in my opinion. He's either going on your bench and staying there or cut.
You know how they have that most improved player of the year award? They should have the most regressed player of the year.
Well, no, he did really shitty last year. So
I know.
How about not really regress? How about guys that just couldn't? What is a good word for it?
Fucked up player of the year.
Hey, let's keep it simple.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton fucked up.
Fucked player of the year. Derek Carr, though. This was a surprise.
This is a huge disappointment.
118 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Derek Carr against the Redskins. Who's, you know what? We made fun of the Redskins for their defense, but they have a top 5 overall defense this year, surprisingly, as of right now. Derek Carr, he should have did at least better than that, man.
Dude, how do you go from destroying the week before, right, and throwing, 3 touchdowns to Crabtree, to having only 1 touchdown this week and 2 interceptions? Crabtree and Amari Cooper both only caught for 1 catch each. That is just a shitty week for that whole Raiders offense. Nobody could get it going. Nobody.
He couldn't get it going against the Redskins with Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper.
And Jared Cook. You have Marshawn Lynch. You have all these fucking weapons you can't do. Oh, my God.
It was almost as if he was going against a no-fly zone. Who he's going up against this coming up week.
Oh, God.
Week 4.
Oh, God.
I'm scared.
Would you bench him?
I don't know, man.
I'm on the fence about it.
All right, so Joe Flacco, he was a huge dud, but not a lot of people started him. But I want to fucking shit on him because you know why? This is a quarterback who, for this week, he threw 28 total yards and 2 interceptions. God. You throw for 28 yards? How is that possible?
That's less than 3 fucking first downs.
How is that? How is that possible in the NFL these days, Sean? How is that possible?
I thought Derek Carr and Cam Newton for under 200 yards was shitty. This guy couldn't even throw more than 30 yards.
Joe Flacco is
Holy shit.
He's my fucked player of the week. He's
just like, fuck that piece of shit. God. Oh.
What about Phillip Rivers, though? 237 yards for 3 interceptions?
Yeah, he had no touchdowns. Melvin Gordon had the only touchdown in that game. I don't know what's going on with Phillip Rivers. I really thought he was going to have a better year than this. I don't know what's going on. I think it's that offensive line is just that bad. He's not getting enough time.
Cam Robinson got hurt. You know, they're fucking often... The injury woes.
You said Cam Robinson? That's on the Jags.
I mean, fuck. Who was that goddamn fucking... my bad.
You're talking about the rookie they drafted. Lamp. Right?
No, I
Forrest Lamp?
think it was Forrest Lamp. I don't know.
Yeah. Forrest Lamp was their offensive lineman they drafted. They actually, 2 offensive linemen got hurt this year.
But Jason Verrett, he fucking went
Jason
down.
Verrett went down.
He's out for the year. Injuries plague the fucking Chargers again.
Again, dude.
And you know what? It's not Keenan Allen this time. So.
No. Keenan Allen's looking pretty decent. He's looking okay.
But the thing is, even with the offensive line being fucking hurt and fucking not playing very good, they should be better than this. Keenan Allen's there. Terrell Williams is there.
Hey, Melvin Gordon.
He's
doing okay. Melvin Gordon's still having a decent year. So.
But, yeah, those are some of our duds for our quarterbacks. Now let's move on to the running backs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Jay Ajayi.
Oh, my God. Let's look at this.
11 attempts for 16 fucking yards.
God. You know what's funny, though? He did go out of the game early with an injury, but he came back. But he still could not get shit going.
16 yards against the Jets?
Against the Jets.
Where's Jet Central? Get him on the phone right now. We're going to call him. I'm like, what happened, man? What'd you do?
Hold on.
Did you put a curse on him?
Hey, Jet Central. What the fuck?
How did you shut down Jay Ajayi? Jay Ajayi, what? Oh, man, that's...
Oh, man, I'm so disappointed, man. That's disappointing. But another disappointing fucking guy is Marshawn Lynch, dude. Marshawn fucking Lynch, 6 attempts. You only give Beast Mode 6 fucking carries?
6 carries for 18 yards.
Dude,
against the Redskins.
First off, I remember we watched that game. We strained for it. Yeah. And they were in the red zone, and they were out of the shotgun. They did not feed Marshawn Lynch Beast Mode one time.
And that's just stupid.
They're on the 6-yard line. Feed him the ball.
Stupid.
Feed him the ball. I know you're not like at the 1-yard line, like Seattle was those years ago, but you're in the red zone. Feed it to Marshawn Lynch. He's going to break tackles.
All right, what about Mike Gillislee? 12 attempts for 31 yards, nothing for touchdowns.
You know, this one I'm not going to put on him. I'm going to put it more on the flow of the game. Literally, it was a high-scoring game, and they needed to put up points.
You know, and we've said this many times.
Yeah.
If you're going to roll with Gillislee, you got to be understanding of the fact that Gillislee is a touchdown or bust guy.
Yeah.
12 attempts? Not too bad, right? No. Considering how they use multiple running backs.
They gave him a good amount of carries, but they went down, and they had to... Brady had to throw 5 touchdowns. Let's just put it that way, okay?
Right. Yep. And now Jacquizz Rodgers. Oh, man. 5 fucking attempts for 15 yards and no touchdowns against the Vikings.
I played against someone that had him, and I was so happy because he only got, one point, really?
That's 0. That's like virtually no running game
going on. That's no running game. And you know what? Jacquizz Rodgers, I think he did okay week 2. Mm-hmm. But he's done. He's only got one more week of relevancy because Doug Martin's coming back. So, you know, at this point, he's on my bench or cut.
Now, I want to name this one more dud. Now, I don't think a whole lot of people had him, but some people did, and I want to put this out there, okay? I want to highlight this guy. Adrian Peterson, 9 attempts for 33 yards and no touchdowns. Do you get it now? Do you understand? Don't start Adrian Peterson. He's not going to be used like heavily.
They need to trade him or cut him because this guy, I don't know what's going on. Why sign AP and not utilize him?
So
they're not utilizing him.
If you have AP, drop him. He's droppable, guys.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Unless you want to wait to see if they trade him, maybe stash him for a little bit longer, but he is easily droppable.
Who's this next bust?
CJ Anderson, after having a monster week last week against my Cowboys, he put up fucking shitty numbers. 8 attempts, 36 yards, no touchdowns.
Against Buffalo. And after what he did against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys were known for having a good run defense. Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
And CJ Anderson was the first
only 8 attempts. Jamal Charles had more.
Yeah, Jamal Charles for some reason got more carries, but CJ Anderson's not a bad back. Cowboys. I know people are going, "Oh, Cowboys defense sucks." CJ was the very first running back to have over 100 yards in over a season.
Yeah, that's right.
And so against the Cowboys. So we had a top 5 run defense last year. And so
I thought
CJ Anderson should have gotten at least 15, 20
I have him on several teams.
I did too.
And I thought he was hurt. I'm like, I keep looking. I was going on Google, and I'm like, looking to see for any updates about his injury. Yeah. I'm thinking he's fucking hurt.
Because we were at the Bears game. I'm like, Josh,
how does he only have 18 attempts?
What's going on with CJ Anderson? What's going on with the Broncos? What the fuck?
And how come they weren't using him more in the passing game? Because they did against the Cowboys.
Oh yes, he murdered us.
Shit.
I don't know what's going on there.
Talk about night and day.
They need to stay consistently on their play calls. There's a reason y'all put up 40-something points against the Cowboys. And stick to it.
Here's another guy I wanted to highlight, okay?
Oh, fuck this guy.
Isaiah Crowell, 12 attempts for 44 yards and 0 touchdowns against the Colts.
I'm done.
He's not droppable for me yet.
Oh, no, he's still starting running back. You want to keep him. But
I'm going to bench him.
He's bench
him.
No start until he consistently does it 2 weeks in a row.
He's going up against the Bengals in week 4. Bench him. Bench him.
Even if he has one good week, I'm still not playing him.
Because this is ridiculous. This is a guy that fucking Hugh Jackson said going into the season, I regret not using Isaiah Crowell as much as we should have last year. And what does he do? He uses him less.
Yeah.
Less!
Yeah. Crowell finished, I think, 13th around there last year in all running backs, right, ranks. So he's on the cusp of the top 10 running back last year.
Hugh Jackson, what are you doing? I was defending you all offseason that you're an underrated coach and the Browns should keep you. What are you doing with fucking your offense, man?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but you know what? They need to get their shit together because they are 0-3 and they could go 0-4.
Let's go into duds.
Receivers?
For the wide receivers.
Oh, go ahead and say this first one because I know you're pissed about this.
Terrell Pryor Sr., a guy I praised heavily in the offseason. 2 receptions for 19 yards. Now, we're talking about a game here on Sunday Night Football where the Redskins were demolishing the fucking Oakland Raiders. And what does Terrell Pryor get? 2 receptions?
He was like the only Redskin not to do anything.
Yeah! And you know what? We were just talking about this earlier in this video. We're talking about whose fault is it. And for the first couple of weeks, we said it's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Now we're putting on Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, it's
Pryor.
It's Pryor.
We watched the Redskins full game Sunday Night Football. We're looking at the game and we think it's on Pryor.
Yeah, and you know what, Pryor, you had a great year last year. Okay, you did. You were great. But guess what? You putting up these numbers is not going to get you that big contract that you thought you're going to get after this year. You better step up or you ain't getting paid, buddy.
Yep. Shit.
God damn.
Hey, the Chicago Bears take you. But we're not going to pay you a whole lot of money.
Nope. All right, let's see. And Jeremy Maclin, 1 reception, 8 yards. This is where he, you know what? He actually went down. He got a concussion late in the game, but he's cleared. He's good. So it's not like it's going to affect him later in the week. But dude, he still should. He was in there for a lot more than just time just for 1 reception. He didn't get a concussion until later in the game. He should have had more. The whole ball. I don't know if I'm not going to put this all on him, but we already knew Jeremy Maclin was kind of like a touchdown or bust kind of guy because they are a run-heavy team. And when that running game's not going, their passing game's not going to do shit.
Jeremy Macklin's just being very disappointing to me in this season.
Yeah.
I had him as a sleeper. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm going to drop him. Yeah. I think he's droppable for me.
He's close. He's not droppable yet for me. I say another week or two, maybe Joe Flacco's still trying to get that shoulder going. Maybe. Mm-hmm. And we'll see.
All right, so...
Or not the shoulder. I'm sorry. He's back. Sorry.
Nobody on the Ravens did shit. And let's go to the Oakland Raiders wide receivers, Sean. Michael Crabtree.
Oh, God.
He's the guy over there, right? He's been the guy. 1 reception, 7 yards. And Amari Cooper, 1 reception for 6 yards.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier.
How do you justify 2 receptions for a total of 13 yards between Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper? How do you justify that shit?
I laugh.
We were watching Sunday Night Football, and we were just sickened by what the fuck we were watching.
I was so disappointed, man. I really was I'm so big on the Raiders this year. I picked them to be being in the AFC Championship game, easily being one of the teams in the Super Bowl, beating the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. But this performance cannot happen, man. Their offensive line looks so shitty. I'm gonna put it more on that O-line than anything. Did you see how much pressure Derek Carr was getting under?
How did what? Oakland Raiders have a solid fucking offensive line.
They're supposed to have the number 1 offensive line.
They have a talented, big offensive line.
Yes.
How did they get fucking rushed by the Redskins? Did we just underestimate the Redskins that much?
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not believing the Redskins. Fuck the Redskins. Fuck them. I'm not doing it yet.
Redskins looking like what was it, the '92 Redskins or whatever it was? That great fucking team. They're one of the greatest teams of fucking all time.
Oh god, I can't remember. What was that name of their fucking
I forgot what it was.
Nickname, right?
I don't know, but that's what they're looking like right now.
Something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Some stupid shit. All right. Oh god, this next one. We were at the game. I had him starting. Martavis Bryant fucked me. What was great. I was so actually pumped. The very first fucking play of the game, well, after the kickoff, obviously, Big Ben throws it deep, wide open, Martavis Bryant like this, and he dropped it.
And you know what? What did I say going into this game? I said, look for Martavis Bryant because going into week 3, because he's going to probably have Kyle Fuller on him most of the game.
And he
owns that matchup. And you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers, they saw that, they recognized it, and they were trying to feed Martavis Bryant the entire game.
Though, I will say this.
But what happened?
I will say this. Even though he dropped that first catch, it would have been a 75-yard touchdown, first play of the game. Whoa, that would have changed the whole outcome of the game. But think about this. They still fed him the ball. Right? But
they were looking for him.
But it was a little bit on both, I think. And we saw a lot of overthrows by Big Ben.
Yeah.
Big Ben, I don't know what's going on with Big Ben. I think he's benchable. If you haven't been starting a quarterback, bench him. No more. This, especially on the road, this guy cannot do shit on the road. Martavis Bryant, though, there was so many times where he could have gone up and gotten the ball. You're a big fucking receiver. And you don't go up and get the goddamn ball? What's wrong with you, man? You have fucking Kyle Fuller, a piece of shit corner, no offense. He's a piece of shit corner, though. You have him on you, and you don't go up and get the ball multiple times. At least 3 that I remember. And it's just disappointing, man.
Yeah, so let's go on tight ends, man.
Oh, God.
Travis Kelce, 1 reception for 1 yard.
1 reception, 1 yard? Hey, man, they didn't really need him. Tyreek Hill went off. They destroyed. And maybe this week he was just a decoy. But that's what you don't want Travis Kelce to be a decoy. He's supposed to be the best tight end this year. But this is a week he put up 1 reception for 1 yard?
Yep. Pathetic.
What do you do?
All right.
Buy low on him. Nobody's gonna give up though. No one's giving him up.
Dude, another guy who's been really disappointed.
Kyle Rudolph, man. Without Bradford, he's not looking relevant at all. Even Case Keenum, even though he was feeding the ball down the field, it just doesn't look like he's got that connection with Kyle Rudolph.
Again, it's like I'm not putting it on Kyle Rudolph. I mean. Because Kyle Rudolph he's always been a really consistent guy. He's a guy, you throw it to him, he's going to usually get the job done for you. Kind of like similar to Greg Olsen and Travis Kelce.
He's very sneaky consistent.
But when you have Stephon Diggs, and you got Thielen, you got Jarius Wright.
Yeah. A Dalvin Cook.
And, so it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph is like,
yeah, he's dwindling in the looks because you want to give these other playmakers who have speed and down the field playability. Like, you gotta feed them.
And for a lot of people, Kyle Rudolph that's their guy. He's their tight end, and he's just been having a disappointing season. Having a
disappointing year. Now, this next guy is actually my boy, my Dallas Cowboy, the GOAT, Jason Witten. Now, I was not one of those guys that got so big on him. He had a first couple weeks where he was doing really well. He's a top 5 tight end.
Top 3 tight end.
Top 3. Oh, shit. But I knew it. I knew this is what happens, man. Jason Witten, he did great. He was a top 3, but he's not going to be consistent because he's going to, in some games, if they want to focus on running the ball, he's our best blocking tight end. And he's great at blocking. And, he's going to get us a couple catches, maybe some games. Maybe some games he's going to have 8 to 10 catches. He's not going to be consistent. He's more of a stream play, more of a bye week fill-in. And he disappointed people. There's a lot of people that started him this week. And he only got 1 reception for 3 yards.
Yep.
And Dak, it's not like Dak did bad. Dak did great. He had a touchdown to Dez, touchdown to fucking Bryce Butler. He had a rushing touchdown. Dak did great this week. It's just, their offense, they have so many other people.
And this list could have been so much longer. You can go on and on. Eric Ebron, a lot of tight ends that are starters for a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
And just completely shit the bed this week.
Tight ends, honestly, I'm going to say this. Tight ends this year look really fucking weak.
And going into this year, it was one of the deepest it's has been in a long time. Mm-hmm. Ever, probably.
Yeah.
And, god damn, talk about inconsistency from the tight end position. So those people who drafted Gronk and Zach Ertz are looking like geniuses right now.
Yeah.
Especially the people who invested in Zach Ertz later on in the rounds. I have Zach Ertz in I think 3 or 4 of my leagues,
and I have him in the other leagues.
So I'm loving that fact, and
yeah, they're looking good, man.
That's it. Yeah. Those are the 2 most consistent tight ends right now.
Yeah, and so if you have either one of those guys, good job. Keep them. You're looking good.
And as far as defenses go, I want to give a shout out to fucking the Rams and the Ravens. You guys fucked me in so many of my leagues.
Yep, me too.
Rams defense, are you serious? You're going up against the 49ers?
Dude, they almost had a pick 6 the very first fucking play.
You fucks!
Almost. I was here.
Especially the second half. You guys really fucking shit the bed.
Yeah, they really did. All right, let's go into week 4.
Yeah, week 4 fantasy outlook.
Woo! All right, we're done with week 3. Fuck week 3. It's in the past. Hopefully this week is going to get back to normal.
All right, let's go look into some quarterback matchups that I like going for week 4.
Yep.
First off is Russell Wilson going up against the Colts at home.
Oh, it's in Seattle.
And I'm loving that.
I'm loving it.
So people who were kind of skeptical on Russell Wilson, maybe they benched him. In week 3 he goes off, and you're like, okay, do I start him now? Yeah, you start him against the Colts.
That's a good match, especially at home. I think Jacoby Brissett is going to have some turnovers. It's in Seattle, and this is a 2nd-year player, so he's going to have trouble in that environment. Let's look. Who's next?
An obvious person is also Rodgers going up against the Bears. I mean, shit. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Say it a little louder. Say it with your chest.
And then, of course, Tom Brady. He's also a beast, right? But let's get into some guys who maybe a lot of people may not
think about.
They really think about it. Maybe they need a streaming quarterback for the week.
Yeah.
All right, Andy Dalton. He's got a great matchup against the Browns.
He does. The Browns' defense just looks
giving up a ton of points and yards.
They really are. And you know what? Andy Dalton, the new offense coordinator over there, they put up 21 points in the first half against the Packers. Yes. Now, they only put up 3 points in the second half. So there's an adjustment they have to make. But it looks good.
Going up against the Cleveland Browns?
They can do it. Because if they keep feeding the ball to A.J. Green like they did,
and as an A.J. Green owner, hey-oh! Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. And maybe he gets Joe Mixon involved in the passing game, too.
Maybe. All right, next one, and this one I know a lot of people might be a little nervous about, right? Is Jay Cutler versus the Saints. Woo. Jay Cutler put up a fucking dud last week, right? We all know that. But I think they're going to get J.J. running the ball again, and they're going to get consistency on that offense.
And remember, what I thought Cam Newton was going to be able to, bounce back against the Saints. The Saints don't have a very good defense.
No, they don't.
But Jay Cutler, he's got Jarvis Landry. He's got Devontae Parker. He's got Kenny Stills. Come on now.
Julius
Thomas. I think Jay Cutler is going to possibly even torch this fucking defense.
4 touchdowns?
4 touchdowns? No. I'm gonna say 2-3 touchdowns for Jay Cutler. Okay. And the other touchdown or 2 is gonna go to J.J.
Yeah, because they do like to feed him the ball. J.J. can have 150 yards this game.
So you're looking for a streaming quarterback? Jay Cutler is really good.
Yep.
Another guy here is Carson Palmer going up against the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, Carson looked pretty... Carson is not a starter typically. I want to make this clear. Andy Dalton, Jay Cutler, and Carson Palmer that we've talked about so far, they're not starting quarterbacks. These are guys you fill in for bye weeks. Bye weeks are starting.
Or better yet.
Or streaming.
Or better yet, daily fantasy quarterbacks. You want to buy low on quarterbacks and stack up on running backs and wide receivers?
Yep.
These are good options for week 4.
Options. But I just want to make that clear. People don't think we're saying these guys are like the starters, No, these guys are just streaming quarterbacks that you fill in for either bad matchups for other quarterbacks or literally injuries.
Yeah, because on some of those other fantasy shows, they always talk about the obvious guys.
Yeah,
we don't want to talk about just the obvious
everybody
guys.
knows who to start. You already know Tom Brady's going to do good. So why talk about him? All right, yeah, Carson Palmer, the 49ers. Look what Jared Goff did against them, right? And I think Carson Palmer finally got it going. He
Larry
got a connection
Fitzgerald,
with Larry.
baby!
I think Larry's should have another big game. Carson Palmer, if he can step up into that pocket, throw the ball, he'll be great.
And also another one, Eli Manning against the Tampa Bay Bucks. You see what Case Keenum did?
Oh.
Eli Manning, he's got Odell Beckham Jr., who's looking healthy. He's looking good right now.
Sterling Shepard.
Yep. And Brandon Marshall.
Who got it going a little bit.
And check this out.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram. I'm loving some Evan Ingram.
You loving it?
Yes. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with their defense, the way they looks right now, as of right now, Eli Manning, if you need a streaming quarterback for week 4, or you looking for a cheap option on daily fantasy, Eli Manning is a good way to go.
I like it because just literally look what Case Keenum. Case Keenum, he's not that good of a quarterback. We all know that, right? And he's not a downhill thrower or downfield thrower. Eli is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that matchup.
All right, Sean, let's get into some running backs. Let's get some of the obvious guys out of the way. Zeke going up against the Rams. Yeah. Zeke, is he back?
Yes.
He's back, baby!
Back. And look what Carlos Hyde did to them, so we already know.
And Rams in fantasy, they're 30th against the running backs.
Yeah. So, Zeke must start. So that's already out of the question. Kareem Hunt, obviously, you got to start him. You got Dalvin Cook. You got to start those studs. Those guys have put up consistent numbers.
Ooh, against the Lions, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy going up against Atlanta, who's 29th against the running back in fantasy.
And then let's not forget about J.J. I know we already mentioned them. Those are obvious guys. You got to start them.
Oh, here's one I like. Todd Gurley against the Dallas.
Oh, another one. Yeah, Todd Gurley should have a good day against us. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I think he will.
Here's some not-so-obvious guys. Buck Allen going up against the Steelers, who are 28th against the run in fantasy.
Got torched by Howard.
In fantasy, they're 28th against the run.
So
I'm loving Buck Allen.
I'm actually liking Buck Allen and Terrence West. They usually will both. I think maybe Buck Allen might have 1 or 2 more carries than Terrence West, but both will get a lot of looks.
Yeah, he's been getting more carries. He's been getting way more carries than Terrence West.
But Terrence West still gets touchdowns. Still usually gets about 60 to 80 yards. So I'm okay with either one. Honestly, starting against that shitty of a fucking defense.
All right. What about Chris Carson against the Colts? Here's a guy I'm going to like and put in a lot of my daily fantasy lineups.
Fantasy, this is one of my guys.
Colts are 22nd against the run in fantasy. I'm liking Chris Carson here. At home.
And he's looking like Carson. Chris Carson is looking like Russell Wilson's guy. They like to give him the ball in space, and they got to get the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands quick because that O-line's still that bad. Chris Carson's going to get the ball, especially in daily fantasy where PPR points, points per reception, come into play. Chris Carson, running back, start him.
Here's another PPR running back for you guys this coming up week.
He loves him.
Christian McCaffrey.
You love McCaffrey.
Panthers are going up against the New England Patriots, okay? Now, Patriots
Their defense is so shitty.
Against the running backs in fantasy,
so shitty.
They're 31st. Wow. They're second to dead last against the running backs.
Ever said that about Bill Belichick's defense?
And and you know exactly. And the Panthers now defensively, they have the number 1 overall defense right now. But I think Tom Brady, Brandon Cooks, this Gronkowski, they're gonna put up points, right? Still against the Panthers. Now the Panthers are they're gonna need a lot of offense here. Calvin Benjamin, he's suffering with an injury. They said
he's gonna play.
He's expected to play. But is it going to be a full goal?
We'll have to see how practice goes this week.
So I'm looking for Christian McCaffrey to be heavily used.
He better
in this game.
Look, he got over 100 yards receiving last week. Feed him the ball more.
I think he gets over 100 yards again.
I think so.
Receiving.
He could.
So, all right. So those are some of our running backs that we like, some of the matchups we like going up against in week 4. Now let's go to wide receivers. OBJ going up against Tampa Bay. He's probably my start wide receiver of the week. Tampa Bay's defense
against your lock?
Is he your lock? He's my lock of the week for wide receivers. He's going up against Tampa Bay, who is dead last against wide receivers in fantasy.
Oh God, Tampa Bay. We already knew they had question marks on their defense, especially in their secondary. And OBJ's going to have a field day against them. He had a field day against the fucking Eagles, who actually have a pretty decent defense. So why not?
He's going to feast.
This guy could have 30-something points.
Whoo, shit.
I'm saying it right now.
What about Michael Thomas against the Dolphins, who are 18th against wide receivers in fantasy?
So they're kind of like right in the middle. Michael Thomas. Willie Snead's coming back. That's what makes me a little nervous.
Now back-to-back weeks. Michael Thomas, 5 receptions, 6 receptions, both for 80-something yards. 1 touchdown.
Finally got a touchdown.
I think he's going to finish this game with 8 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm actually not that high on him because of Willie Snead coming back.
Okay.
Willie Snead actually was he had a real good connection with Drew Brees last year. So I think that will take away. I think he'll still have maybe 3 receptions, 80 yards. I'm sorry. 4 receptions for about 80 yards. And I think Willie Snead might have himself a touchdown.
I think with Willie Snead coming back, I think that helps Michael Thomas a little bit more. I think that takes off a little bit more pressure off of Michael Thomas, and that makes him feel a little bit more confident.
I think eventually it will, but the first week, think about it though. Like, people are going to see if Willie Snead's in football shape. They're going to be ready.
And I don't know, for the fact that the Saints are going to have to put up points, and they're going to have to put up they're going to get things going, because I think the Dolphins are going to torch that defense.
That's true.
All right,
there's going to be opportunities.
What about Keenan Allen going up against the Eagles, who are 29th against wide receivers in fantasy?
Oh God, the Eagles are surprising me, man. Their secondary, what's going on? What's going on with what I've been watching from their corners is that they're really laxed off, right? And if you're going to do that, especially with Keenan Allen, a great route runner and a great guy that catches the ball and gets the yards after the catch, dude, Keenan Allen could have a fucking another 10 receptions today. And PPR, this guy is a must start.
Yeah, I'm liking Keenan Allen at home against the Eagles.
Definitely.
Doug Baldwin versus the Colts, who are 21st against wide receivers. Doug Baldwin's expected to play, and Doug Baldwin, if he's playing,
hey, he had a great week last week.
Even if he's like 75% against the Colts, I'm liking Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, he could easily put up the numbers like he did last week. We'll have to see if this. I'm hoping this Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin, what they did this past week, is the typical of them, their stats, and let's just see what happens.
All right, what about DeAndre Hopkins versus the Tennessee Titans, who are 30th against the wide receivers in fantasy?
Hopkins is one of the most targeted receivers in the NFL. I'm not sure what the numbers are this week, but he was the most targeted going into last week. And we all saw Deshaun Watson's getting more and more comfortable in the passing game. So more and more comfortable he gets, the better opportunities Hopkins is going to get the ball.
All right, as much as I loved OBJ as my lock of the week for wide receivers, these next couple guys, oh my God, I love them so much.
Yeah.
I love them. Well, these next three guys, Stephon Diggs against the Lions, who are 20th against wide receivers.
Yep.
I'm starting Stephon Diggs, and I'm gonna just love it.
I'm actually a little nervous about this one.
Why?
Why? Because Case Keenum's still the quarterback. Okay. The reason is, go look at what the Lions did to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan threw 3 picks against that defense. Matt Ryan, who's a better quarterback than Case Keenum. So it makes me a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous about maybe that Detroit Lions defense is a little bit better than people think.
I'm loving Stephon Diggs this week. And what about Larry Fitzgerald going against the 49ers?
That's easily Larry. Oh God, I'm praying Carson just feeds him the ball. Please give him an opportunity. I have him in fantasy in multiple leagues. Larry is a god.
Another guy I love this week for week 4. Jarvis Landry against the New Orleans Saints. Easy. I'm talking 10 receptions at least.
PPR, God.
Woo! 10 receptions.
PPR.
Maybe about 90 to 100 yards.
Can he get a touchdown?
Maybe a touchdown.
I want a touchdown from Jarvis. I know he's usually not a touchdown guy. I want Jarvis to get
This is a guy who, in a PPR leagues,
he's a must start.
He can get you 15 to 20 points with not a touchdown.
Not even a touchdown. No touchdown, and fucking gets you that.
So, loving Jarvis.
Yes.
All right, going into some tight ends. Gronkowski going up against the Panthers.
Yep, of course.
Kelsey going up against the Redskins, who are 25th against tight ends. Maybe he gets going finally.
Yep.
And
Jared Cook.
Jared Cook going up against Denver. They're not that great against tight ends.
And we know that Oakland's offense has got to get it going.
Yeah, remember, it's the no-fly zone. Maybe they shut down Crabtree. They're locking down Amari Cooper. So if you're daily fantasy and you're looking for a solid, maybe a sneaky play there at tight end, low cost, Jared Cook may be your guy.
He really could, because I remember this defense has a great fucking matchup, because I remember Talib and Michael Crabtree have gone head-to-head, butted heads, almost gotten fights multiple times. I'm excited about that matchup, but I think Talib will shut down Crabtree, and Jared Cook would be the guy to go off.
Okay. Now, Kyle Rudolph against the Lions. Now, maybe they're shutting down Stephon Diggs, the secondary or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the game that Kyle Rudolph decides to have himself a good game.
Yeah, it easily could. If Stephon Diggs is slowed down, all the attention is going to be on Stephon Diggs now. All the attention. That means a safety over top, a corner following him no matter what, and he's always going to be double covered, right? They don't want him to break out. So Kyle Rudolph should have an easy matchup against the linebacker.
All right, what about Kobe Fleener against the Dolphins, who are 27th against
I fucking hope so. Kobe goddamn Fleener. It's so weird, though. Like, one week he's targeted a shit ton, and then the next week he's barely playing.
I see a lot of fantasy points in this game.
I hope so, because I have Hunter Henry fucked me last week, so I'm benching him for Kobe Fleener. So I'm in dire need for Kobe Fleener to go off personally.
All right, some defense and special teams that I like this coming up week. Seahawks against the Colts.
Yep.
The Bengals and Jaguars. Those are some of my 3 favorite defenses I like.
They should
Bengals,
have a bounce back week.
Bengals are a good streaming option for you this coming up week if you're looking for a streaming defense.
They're playing the Browns. It's going to be a good game, though. I think it's a division game. We're going to see what happens. Could the Bengals get their first win?
Another another couple of streamers. If you're looking for quarterback streamers, like we said earlier, Dalton versus the Browns could be a streamer for you if you're really needing a streaming quarterback. You're in a 2 QB league or whatever. Yeah. And Cutler against the Saints. Yeah. Now let's get into some waivers this coming up week, Sean. Chris Carson and Chris Carson and Chris Thompson.
If they haven't been picked up yet, they should.
Those are my top 2 guys. Those are the guys I'm using waivers on.
Yeah. I picked up Chris Thompson last week. I left him on my bench. I regret it. Definitely go pick him up if he's still available. Another guy is Wendell Smallwood. Darren Sproles is out, man. And I feel so bad for that guy. A broken arm and a torn ACL. The same fucking play. Oh, my God. What kind of pain was he in? Oh. But Wendell Small is going to probably be the guy that takes over that for receiving regarding out of the backfield, because LeGarrette Blount, we all know he's not a receiving back. He's just a runner. Does not get the ball in the passing game. So he's a guy that could take over that.
Yep. Loving Wendell Smallwood, and I wouldn't mind using a waiver wire on him.
Yeah, but he's a stash. He's not a start. He's a stash.
Alvin Kamara, running back from the Saints. This is a guy who's looking like he's the guy.
He's looking like he's getting more and more touches every week. And honestly, I could see Mark Ingram and AP not being. I see AP gone before the end of the year. I see Mark Ingram gone by next year. I think this guy is solidifying himself as the guy.
If Mark Ingram, I don't think he has to worry about AP at all. If Mark Ingram gets hurt, Kamara's the guy for sure. Yeah, he's the workhorse.
Kamara's looking great in the passing game, running game, all of the above.
So he's a guy you maybe want to pick up and stash in your team.
Definitely.
Let's see what happens to Mark Ingram.
Definitely.
What about Dante Foreman? Houston Texans.
Yeah, Foreman, man, I like this.
He's getting more and more work a little bit.
Because Lamar Miller, he's only averaging a little bit over 3 yards a carry. Lamar Miller is still getting a lot of touches. He got 18, I think, so he's usually getting around 18 to 20, but he's just not producing the numbers. So Foreman, though, he looks hungry. He looks like he's breaking tackles a lot better than Lamar Miller.
The dude is the future.
He is.
He is.
And the funny thing is, me and you loved Lamar Miller last year. We thought he was a great guy, but doesn't he look slower to you? Doesn't he look like he's hesitating? He's not running through tackles.
Yep. And you know what? The Houston Texans, they're giving him work, but they're like, I think they're kind of like, I just feel like they're kind of like, okay, all right. Just kind of get out the way there.
Yeah, all
right. We're moving on to Foreman. Yeah. All right, some wide receivers here. I like Rashard Matthews, wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans.
Number one.
He's a number
receiver
one
at their
Eric Decker? Yeah. No. I thought he was going to be the guy.
Honestly, Eric Decker is looking more like just a third down guy.
Yep.
And Rashard Matthews looks like he is the guy.
Another guy who is the guy right now is Marquise Lee for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah. He leads the team in receptions. Marquise Lee, if he's still available and you're looking for some wide receiver depth for your bench, give him a look.
And he's going to be a good bye week fill. I feel like he's not going to be a starter because that Jags offense, is still going to be running the ball first, right? I know Blake Bortles got 4 touchdowns this past week, guys, but don't fall in love with the 4 touchdowns because none of those touchdowns went to Marquise Lee. So you got to take that into consideration. They're not always going to get 4 passing touchdowns. It's going to be more usually rushing touchdowns more than anything. So he's more of a stash bye week fill.
What about Paul Richardson from the Seattle Seahawks, especially if Doug Baldwin gets hurt?
Oh, yes.
Or, let's say he gets another injury.
Is Paul Richardson going to be the guy that now the curse is gone? I think this is the guy that takes that.
Right. So I'm liking Paul Richardson. Maybe you stash him. Yeah. And as far as tight ends go, if Evan Ingram is still available, go pick him up, especially if you're a Greg Olsen owner or a Jordan Reed owner or a Gronk owner and you're wanting some depth there.
Yeah, you're nervous about those injury guys.
Evan Ingram's a guy that you can go pick up and see what he does.
And that's pretty much the only tight end out there to pick up. Tight ends are so weak.
But that does it for our Week 4 Fantasy Outlook, guys.
Hopefully this is going to be a better week for y'all. Hopefully it's better for us. It was a fucking crazy Week 3, but we're on to Week 4. I can't wait.
I'm doing overall. for the most part.
Yeah,
I'm doing pretty damn good fantasy this year.
You know what? Usually Josh is doing really shitty, and he's already pissed off. He's already punching the walls. He's already saying, I'm going to quit fantasy. But you know what? I'm liking how you're doing good in the beginning of the year, Josh, because at the end of the year, when you do really shitty, I want to laugh in your face.
I'm kicking motherfucking ass, and I'm owning shit.
I want to go ahead and say this, because I'm a man. He beat my ass in fantasy in our personal league. He destroyed me. My team did not do shit.
In our money league.
I had Crowell, and he did nothing for me. So, fuck Crowell, and fuck fantasy and week 3.
All right, guys, that does it for us for our fantasy talk for the week. And, of course, if you have any questions or whatever, feel free to hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. And if we don't reply,
Sports Fury.
Yeah, at the Sports Fury. If we don't reply to you right away, it's because you don't got full-time jobs.
Yeah,
we'll get to you as soon as we can.
Full-time, or maybe we're recording videos. You never know.
And, of course, when we live stream, Sean's going to be live streaming Thursday.
Thursday Night Football, baby. The Bears versus Packers.
And hopefully, if I'm able to, I will be live streaming Friday for the Graveyard Shift, and then we'll be live streaming Sunday and Monday. Yeah. So, hey, hit us up. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you guys next week for Week 5.
Later.